Namaste, welcome to this episode of the Thursday Thoughts. Today is 24th of March 2022 and yesterday was 23rd March 1931 was the day when three of India's super martyrs attained martyrdom when they were hanged in Lahore jail, all three together. And the nation, even today, gets inspiration from the sacrifices made for the freedom struggle by these three young gentlemen, namely Shahid Bhagat Singh, Shahid Sukhdev Thapar, and Shahid Shivram Hari Rajguru. So these three gentlemen were in their 20s, 23, 23, and 22 respectively. Such young blood they had. And today, when we remember them, our blood should start boiling for the freedom that they fought, that we have already come around 75 years down the line. Have we achieved the total freedom that they dreamt those days? I think we have to ponder over those questions every minute of our freed life or independent life in this independent India. Friends, let's start with the three great lives. First, Shahid Bhagat Singh. He was born on 27th of September 1907 in Banga, in Punjab province. Those days it was in British, nowadays it is in Pakistan. He was born to Vidyavati and Kishan Singh Sandhu. He was second of the seven siblings, four brothers and three sisters, and the family was already deep into the fight for freedom for the country. It was a very patriotic family. Bhagat Singh's father and uncle Ajit Singh had already participated in the agitation against the canal colonization bill in the year 1907, the same year Shahid Bhagat Singh was born. So obviously it was patriotism in their blood, in the family. And in fact, that was the case in every human being, every citizen of country, every Indian under the British rule those days, because those were the atrocities of the British Raj. Father and uncle Ajit Singh were already active in the politics, the freedom movement, and Ghadar movement also was there, in which they had participated during the year 1914, 1915. And Bhagat Singh was a member of the Hindustan Social Republican Association, HSRA, those days. He first joined a local school in his village. Then he was shifted to Dayanand Anglo-Vedic School in Lahore. In 1923, he was enrolled into the National College in Lahore, which was founded by none other than Lala Lajpat Rai 2 years earlier to that. And Bhagat Singh always idealized Lala Lajpat Rai. As destiny would have it, he was later on to be involved in the case for revenge of the killing of Lala Lajpat Rai, who died of a lathi charge, as you all know, when the Britishers announced Simon Commission. There were 7 members of the Simon Commission. They were to arrive in Lahore, 7 of them, and when they found all members, there was not a single Indian in that. It was supposed to be introducing some reforms in the way India was administered, and without an Indian, it was just not possible. That's what everybody thought, Mahatma Gandhi and the then freedom fighters. So they wanted to boycott Simon Commission, as you all know. Go back, Simon. In that agitation, Lala Lajpat Rai was participating when a police superintendent, namely James Scott, ordered lathi charge or wielding of the stick, as a result of which Lala Lajpat Rai sustained many injuries, and 2 weeks later he passed away. And avowing the revenge of this death, three gentlemen, namely Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev, and Shivram Rajguru, promised themselves to take revenge of this murder by the Britishers. It is obvious that the Britishers didn't feel that it was because of the lathi charge Lala Lajpat Rai had breathed his last, but these three young men, the true patriots that they were, they wanted to take revenge of this particular brutal act. And these three wanted to kill James Scott, the superintendent of police. But unfortunately, when these three people plotted to kill, it was the junior sub-inspector, namely John Saunders, who was killed by the bullets from these three gentlemen. And these three gentlemen were later on taken to the court after a bomb blast that happened in Delhi Legislative Assembly those days. And they in fact surrendered to the police, and smilingly they were ready to face anything for the country. And later on, all the three martyrs were done to death to achieve the martyrdom on 23rd of March 1931. And to come back to the story of Bhagat Singh, he was a burning journalist. His electrifying speeches had a lot of influence among the youth those days. So as a result, in 1926 itself, he was arrested for his electrifying speeches. And later on, he was released on bail for a 60,000 rupee surety. Next, coming to Sukhdev Thapar. Shahid Sukhdev Thapar was born on 15th of May 1907 at Ludhiana, Punjab again, to Ramlal Thapar and Rali Devi. He was the first accused of the three because he shot the first shot on the Lahore conspiracy case, as it was later known to be. Became famous as he too was in, of course, the HSRA, that is the Hindustan Social Republican Association. Coming third to Shivram Hari Rajguru. He was born 24th of August 1908. He was youngest of the three. In fact, he had not yet entered the 23rd year. He was just 22 years. Just imagine, friends, 22 years, 23 years, and 23 years. When we are 22, 23, we have not yet seen life, and they were ready to sacrifice their life. Smilingly, they took the gallows of the hanging bar and they sacrificed their evergreen life, the life that had so much of dreams in their future. They sacrificed for the cause of freedom of this great country of ours. Shivram Hari Rajguru was born to Parvati Devi and Harinarayan Rajguru. He was born in Maharashtra, Mumbai province those days under the British Raj. He joined the other two Martyrs to take revenge of the murder of Lala Lajpat Rai and sacrifice his life smilingly so that India will be free one day. And it did get independence much later, much 31 to 47, 16 years later. But even till today, 91 years after this particular event, every citizen of India, let alone the youth, every citizen of India gets inspiration about patriotism. And it is our solemn vow. We should pledge, we should promise ourselves, we should promise our motherland. We will do whatever is possible to upkeep the sacrifices made by thousands of freedom fighters. Not only these three young gentlemen in their 20s, there are crores, there are scores of people, if not crores, people who sacrifice their lives for the freedom struggle. And we have to fight every second, every day is a Martyrs Day for us. Let us keep that promise every minute of our lives. Try to do our best in everything that we do, which will enhance the freedom of this country, which will make every citizen of this country a better citizen. Let us pledge ourselves. This is only a small, a very modest effort and appeal to all the youngsters who may come across this video of mine. Be Indian, be proud to be such a citizen of this country, which had produced youngsters like the three martyrs of 23rd of March 1931. That's all, ladies and gentlemen. Bye bye, take care, God bless, Jai Hind.